The most dangerous asbestos fibers are too small to be visible. They can become airborne when disturbed or during improper removal. Asbestos is only dangerous if it becomes airborne. However, asbestos fibers are extremely aerodynamic. Small diameter fibers and particles may remain suspended in the air for a long time and be carried long distances by wind or water before settling down. Larger diameter fibers and particles tend to settle more quickly. Asbestos fibers can't move through soil. And because the fibers are not broken down to other compounds, they remain unchanged for long periods of time. Because of this, asbestos dust generated from the disturbance of ACM poses a risk of exposure to the following people: workers and occupants in or area during disturbance. And if asbestos dust is not cleaned up and is disturbed, anyone in the area may be exposed until the dust settles, which can take several hours. Of course, if asbestos were to stay in the environment and not get into our body, we wouldn't have anything to worry about. It's when the asbestos gains entry to our body that it can create a problem for our health. This will be explained later. So, how does asbestos get into our bodies to create the problems associated with the toxin? The routes of entry are the ways in which a toxic chemical can enter the body. Chemicals are easily swallowed or inhaled, and many chemicals are readily absorbed through the skin upon contact. The fourth route of entry is deliberate or accidental injection of the chemical under the skin through use of a high or as a result of an accident. While asbestos fibers may gain entry into the body through ingestion, inhalation is by far the major route. Asbestos fibers have no odor, and those that you may inhale cannot be seen by the naked eye. Your respiratory system includes the mouth, nose, windpipe, bronchi, and lungs. The lungs are located within the pleural cavity. Within the cavity and covering the lungs is a lining called the pleural mesothelium. The lungs contain air sacs, called alveoli. The alveoli are the sites where oxygen is absorbed into the blood and carbon dioxide is removed from the blood. The diagram on the screen shows the respiratory system and how asbestos fibers might travel through the body. Your body's respiratory system has defense mechanisms that work to keep foreign particles from causing damage. Amazingly, estimates indicate that these mechanisms are 95 to 98% effective. Examples of some defense mechanisms and their functions are: the mouth and nose filter out large, coated bronchi filter out smaller particles, cilia move particles to the back of the mouth where they are swallowed. The smallest particles, not previously trapped, may travel to the alveoli in the lower respiratory system. Here, they may be attacked by large cells, known as macrophages, which try to digest them. Because asbestos is a mineral fiber, the macrophages are often not successful. Most of the information about asbestos disease comes from studying workers in various asbestos industries. The bulk of the data comes from World War II shipbuilding activities and the asbestos industries in the United States and England. Exposure to very high levels of airborne asbestos, typical of the asbestos workplace prior to 1972, has been linked with the diseases on the following screens. Asbestosis is a chronic disease in which lungs become scarred as a result of a biological reaction to inhaling asbestos fibers. Scarring causes thickening of the lung walls and a reduction in the capacity for transfer of oxygen to the bloodstream. Victims usually die from heart failure, as the heart overworks in an attempt to deliver the required oxygen to the body. Asbestosis usually results after exposure to high concentrations of fibers over a long period of time. And symptoms usually occur 15 to 35 years after the first exposure. Mesothelioma is a cancer of the covering of the lung, or lining of the chest, or abdominal cavities. It is the rarest form of the asbestos-related diseases. This disease is always rapidly fatal, usually within a year after diagnosis. The latency period is usually 25 to 30 years for mesothelioma. Lung cancer now claims 1/2 of the deaths occurring from past asbestos exposures. It begins as a tumor in the lower lobes of the lungs, and the earliest symptom is a persistent cough or change in chronic cough. Other cancers have been noted in a very small number of individuals who are traditionally exposed to asbestos. These tumors are usually cancers of the gastrointestinal tract. The combination of asbestos exposure and smoking increases the risk of developing lung cancer. Asbestos workers are about 5 times more likely to develop lung cancer than the general population. Smokers are 10 times more likely to develop lung cancer than the general population. A person who works with asbestos and also smokes is likely to have a 90 times greater risk of contracting lung cancer. Not smoking is an important aspect of preventing disease. Evidence suggests that asbestos-exposed workers who quit smoking can reduce their risk of developing lung cancer by as much as 50% within 5 years of quitting.
Hi, I'm Holly from Titan University, the leader in government construction safety, quality control, and environmental training. We hope you enjoyed the module preview from our online course, Asbestos Awareness for Government Construction Projects. Please like, share, and comment if you did. We'd really appreciate it. If you want to learn more or get your Asbestos Awareness Training Certificate, head on over to Titan University by clicking the link below. Our courses are affordable and easy to comprehend. Plus, we also have course materials you can download to assist you. The Asbestos Hazard Awareness Training has several modules, but take your time. All of our courses save your place if you have to walk away. Take as long as you like to complete it. Please don't forget to like and share. If you have questions, ask them in the comments. We're happy to help and hope to see you over on Titan University.